Good morning everyone, welcome to this week's assembly. I hope you've all had nice weekends despite the weather going a little bit rubbish the last week or so, which is a bit of a shame. Right, we talk with you guys a lot about the differences that we have between us, and we try and celebrate those with you and help you appreciate how great it is that we all have differences between us, that we might be have different interests, that we have different opinions that allow us to develop our own opinions. The fact that lots of you come from different countries, speak different languages, have different skin colour, might worship a different religion, and how all of those are really powerful things, and they're really great to make up not just a school community but a town, a country, and the world in general. We also talk to you about something called racism, which in a really simple form is when somebody is treated poorly because of the colour of their skin. And we look at certain people in our curriculum. We talk about people called Rosa Parks, lots of you will know, Martin Luther King, lots and lots of other people that we study largely as part of the history curriculum. And we talk about their struggle against this thing called racism, going back in the case of people like Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King well over 50 years now. Unfortunately, lots of you would have heard the term racism in the news at the moment. Lots of things happening across the world at the moment, in America in particular. And it's very sad that we are still having to talk about those things all this time later. But equally, it does make us reflect a little bit, maybe, that most of the time when we talk about racism, maybe it is about people from a long, long time ago, and it is important to recognise that unfortunately it is still a problem in today's world. And as part of that, of course, we do look at, like I say, lots and lots of books that not just talk about certain very famous, very successful black figures in history, but also just talk about celebrating differences and diversity in the world around us. So you'll recognise a lot of the books on this page because you've either read them as part of your curriculum bookshelves in class, or I've read them to you in assembly. And the reason we read books like this in school is to help you see that actually all the differences that you have as children and we have as people are good things, and they really make our communities and the world a better place. And there is certainly no reason for anybody to think that just because of somebody's skin colour or religion or language or hair colour or anything like that, any one of you is better than anybody else. So here's this week's story. It's called I'm Enough by Grace Byers. It's a story with a girl as a main character, but boys, regardless of what year group you're in, all of you, I just want you to think about the words in this story from your personal point of view and what it might mean for you. So, I'm Enough by Grace Byers. Like the sun, I'm here to shine. Like the voice, I'm here to sing. Like the bird, I'm here to fly and soar high over everything. Like the trees, I'm here to grow. Like the mountains, here to stand. Like time, I'm here to be and be everything I can. Like the champ, I'm here to fight. Like the heart, I'm here to love. Like a ladder, here to climb, and like the air to rise above. Like the wind, I'm here to push. Like a rope, I'm here to pull. Like the rain, I'm here to pour and drip and fall until I'm full. Like the moon, I'm here to dream. Like the student, here to learn. Like the water, here to swell. Like the fire, here to burn. Like the winner, I'm here to win. And if I don't get up again,
I know that I may sometimes cry, but even then, I'm here to try. I'm not meant to be like you. You're not meant to be like me. Sometimes we'll get along. Sometimes we'll disagree. I know that we don't look the same. Our skin, our eyes, our hair, our frame. But that does not dictate our worth. We both have places here on earth. And in the end, we are right here to live a life of love, not fear. To help each other when it's tough. To say together, I am enough. That's a short story, that, but a really powerful one, and one with some really, really important messages. And I just want us to come back to what I think is probably, for me, the most important line in the whole story, and it's this. I'm not meant to be like you. You're not meant to be like me. And I think that's such a simple and obvious thing in so many ways, but something that's so easy to forget. We're not meant to be like each other. We're not meant to look the same. We're not supposed to behave the same all the time. We're not meant to have the same thoughts. We are supposed to be different. And that's a really, really important thing for us all, adults and children, to remember with the people who we interact with on a daily basis, or see on the news, or pass on the street, and there are people who look different to us. We're supposed to look different, and that's one of the joyous things about the world. This was another book I was going to read for today's assembly, and obviously didn't, but the very first page in it, I really, really love the opening of this. It's written just down at the bottom here. The book's called The Day You Begin. It's by Jacqueline Woodson. And the very first page says this: there will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. And again, I think that both underlines how that's okay, how it's absolutely fine for us to be different, and also how every single one of us, probably not just one time in our life, probably regular times in your lives as you grow older, will be in that position where you're in situations where you feel like you're the different one. And actually that needs to be a time when you can be brave and embrace the differences that you have with the other people around you. This is another book I've been reading recently. It's called This Book is Anti-Racist by Tiffany Jewell. And I'm going to read you the start of chapter 1 because I think it contains some really interesting points just about identity, regardless of skin colour. And hopefully I'll make you think a little bit just about what makes up your identity, and crucially, of course, what makes you different. Okay, chapter 1, Who am I? Who are you? You are you. You are the only you there is. There's so much that makes you who you are. Your identity is what makes you you. It's all the parts that make you unique. You are everything within you and everything that surrounds you. You are made up of your family, your friends, your neighbourhood, your school. What you see on social media and read in books. What you hear and listen to. What you eat, what you wear, what you feel. Your dreams, the stories you cannot wait to share and those you don't want to tell, and everything in between and all around. You are the ancestors who came before you. Those you've never known, never heard of, never seen. And those you've passed on the street, sat next to and snuggled near. I'm sure you've asked, who am I? And others have asked, who are you? How do you answer? We often look down the list of the rights of the child and we pull out really important ones like the right to an education and the right to a safe place to live and clean water and a clean environment and the right to have your voice. And all those, of course, are incredibly important. But here's number 1 and number 2 from the whole list. Number 1, everyone under the age of 18 has these rights. Everyone. And article number 2, clearly really, really important in the context of what we've looked at in the last few minutes. You have the right to protection against discrimination. This means that nobody can treat you badly because of your colour, sex or religion, if you speak another language, have a disability or are rich or poor. And we always come back to this when we talk about the rights, we talk about our responsibilities. So while everybody has the right not to be discriminated against or be treated differently because of how they look or because of their religion or any other reason, it's our responsibility to ensure that we play our part in making sure that other people's rights are fulfilled regardless of any of the points listed here. So I'm going to leave you coming back to this simple but really, really important point. I'm not meant to be like you. You're not meant to be like me. Please, please, when you look out there, appreciate the differences that we have with the people around us. Be kind to each other. Stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.